This episode is for the go-getters, the ambitious, all-in achievers who tackle their fertility journey with relentless determination. If you're the type who likes to dive deep, does the research, take every supplement, pushes hard to get results, but sometimes that can be a double-edged sword. Today, we're exploring how the hyperachiever mindset might be silently impacting your fertility and egg quality, and what you can do to support yourself with more ease, balanced, and some science-backed strategies. Let's go. Welcome back. I'm Sarah Clark, founder of Fab Fertile. For over a decade, my team and I have helped hundreds of couples improve their chances of pregnancy success, whether naturally or through IVF. We specialize in supporting those with low AMH, high FSH, diminished ovarian reserve, premature ovarian insufficiency, and recurrent pregnancy loss through functional lab testing, personalized fertility strategies. Today, we're diving deep into the hyperachiever and how this superpower might actually be standing in your way of pregnancy success. And this episode is for you as if you experience failed egg retrievals, embryo transfers, and are trying all the protocols, supplements, or strategies you can find. You're working long hours, so 50 plus hours a week, struggling to balance your career demands with your fertility journey. You feel like your worth is tied to your fertility outcomes or the number of wins you achieve, making it harder for you to slow down and rest, even when you feel exhausted. Thanks so much for listening. I'm so thankful that you're here. Make sure you hit subscribe or follow. And if you know someone else who's on the fertility journey, please share this podcast with them. So the hyperachiever, especially when you're going through the fertility journey, if you're all about productivity and accomplishments in the world of fertility, if you're navigating low AMH or high FSH, repeated IVF failure, poor egg quality, this mindset can become exhausting. And it can really erode the foundation that your fertility depends on, which is your nervous system, balancing your hormones, improving egg quality, and overall resilience. So a hyperachiever is someone who is driven by performance, external validation, the desire to be successful, sometimes at all costs. And on a fertility journey it might feel like I need to be doing more. I need to try harder. I need to push further. And we see so many of our clients, they're professional, type A, get it done kind of women. Give me a plan. I'm going to execute it. But at what cost to your body? We love a plan and making those changes, but each day we make small steps that can, over time, amount to huge change. And so if you're feeling all this pressure, I need to do more, I need to try harder, I need to push further. And a failed cycle means I failed. And resting feels lazy. You could be doing more to improve your chances. I know for me, where I've got to be more efficient, I need to be more productive, I've got to do more. Now, maybe sometimes taking a step back and resting and fueling your body, that actually will allow you to do more in the long run. And that is doing more. We're not human doings, we're human beings. Being able to recognize this in you. And so, because some sign, it can override the sign of burnout. I remember all this stuff was going on in my life and I'm like, I'm totally fine. And people are looking at me, really? You are? I'm like, I feel good. No, I was burnt out. My adrenals, like there was nothing left. I needed some adaptogens to be able to support myself. And then I also had to get sleep and slow down because a lot of times slowing down for us feels unsafe. And like we said, a lot of our clients are these type A people and they love the plan. They're like, I'm going to do all the testing, get the blood chemistry. We're going to address that parasite. And then, oh, wait, we want to also talk about our mindset and reset our nervous system. No, I'm fine over there. I don't actually need help. I hear that all the time. No, I just need the testing. Give me the plan. I already got that handled. When meanwhile, the mindset piece and the stress you put on yourself, that overachiever, that's what's tilted everything the wrong way. And so it is multifactorial. We need to look at all of this, not all at once, each day making small changes. And if you're feeling like you're jumping from protocol to protocol, oh, I did a SIBO protocol. Oh, I kicked out an infection. I already went gluten-free. I took out all the plastics. I've gone toxin-free. I'm taking a boatload of supplements. I checked every freaking box. I read all the books. You've done all this. But then we haven't looked at the elephant in the room, is all this pressure that we've just put on ourselves for you to be productive and get it all done. And so it activates your sympathetic nervous system and it impacts your hormones, especially the progesterone and your thyroid, egg development, mitochondria health, so it fuels the cells, your gut health, stress and gut health, not a good thing. All those infections come in, inflammation. and detox pathways. And so even though it could be your superpower because you are efficient, you are productive, and you are a hyperachiever, you probably are quite successful, but at what cost to you and to your partner too? And so we use this overwork as a badge of honor. Yeah, I'm doing 80 hours a week. Like we're saying, if you're doing more than 50 hours, we have got to seriously look at this. If you're not having lunch, if you're skipping your break, you go through the whole entire day and just have a coffee, have all your food at the end of the day. If you're just squeezing in your appointments during the day because you've got to be in every last meeting, this is putting your body in chronic stress. It is to have someone call you out on this. This hustle-based lifestyle is going to dysregulate your hormones, suppress your progesterone and your thyroid, and it creates an internal environment where fertility is not the priority. It's keeping you alive. And so if you're skipping lunch or you're doing fertility research, for me, in times of stress, I cannot tell you the level of research that I go, I'm going to research my way out of it. It empowers me to a certain extent. And then I find myself spiraling down it, and then it exhausts me. Maybe you're working late and you're also tracking your ovulation and you're meal prepping, and you're squeezing in your workouts and you're doing all your supplements and you got them all in these boxes. You're going to get it done. You're the person that's a go-getter and you're going to get things done. We don't need to do it all at once. If you're saying yes to something professionally while telling yourself, hey, I'll rest later. I see so many people are working more than 50 hours, going through IVF, and also somehow they think now is the best time for them to do a doctorate program. They're in a master's or a PhD, also working full-time, trying to have their baby, and wonder why something's not working. It's your superpower, but then it's become the thing that's going to take you down. Your REI is not going to talk to you about any of this. You'll be like, wait a minute, you've got poor egg quality and low AMH. The elephant in the room is this: you've overexhausted yourself. So your cortisol is going to impact progesterone, disrupt ovulation. It can impact FSH levels. They fluctuate each cycle. All the stress can impact your LH, your ovarian response, your blood sugar dysregulation, poor sleep. And it may look fine on conventional labs where they're telling you everything is normal. It's just, poor eggs. That's just not the case. We've got to dig deeper and see what's being missed here. And so the chronic cortisol elevation over time is going to interfere with LH pulses and ovulation. It's going to diverse your sex hormones to stress hormones to keep you alive. The mitochondria, the powerhouse of the cells, it's important for egg and embryo division. The stress-driven oxidative damage is going to impair energy production and DNA integrity. That could be why the embryos aren't making it. We gotta be careful not to blame ourselves here, right? So we know better, we do better. We make small changes every day. We tweak things, recognize our patterns. Oh, there you go again. Saying yes to everything, thinking you could do this huge list of things that is just not even feasible, but you get it done because you're you. But how is that impacting your fertility? So this could suppress your thyroid, lowers your T3 conversion, and then it reduces the TSH responsiveness. So sometimes we see the TSH is fine, but the whole thyroid panel is off. And of it is the stress that's tilted at the wrong. Like obviously gut infections and food sensitivities, but stress can be the first piece that tips that. Subclinical thyroid issues can increase miscarriage and IVF failure. Gut dysbiosis and estrogen recirculation. So chronic stress impacts your digestion. It leads to estrogen dominance, inflammation, autoimmune issues. So many people are like, oh, I got this autoimmune disease. It doesn't just come out of the blue. I'm like, what happened? Well, I just went through a really stressful time at work. Oh, I just finished college. Oh, I was working 70 hours. I had one lady tell me for a whole year, she only slept 1 or 2 hours a night because she was in a startup just pushing. And now multiple autoimmune diseases, all sorts of issues. Her fertility, her hormones have been deprioritized. We got to keep you alive. Poor sleep. So high achievers often have that poor sleep hygiene. We're like, oh, I gotta do all this work. I'm on the laptop late at night, getting all this stuff done, checking off more boxes. And the sleep is going to impact your egg production, embryo development. That impacts your melatonin. So at night, we need to use the blue light blocking glasses. Go check out that episode we have on sleep. Do some sleep hygiene. Close the laptop. Close the phone off. And that blue light, all that impacts melatonin, which is crucial for the egg and the sperm. you got all this workload. Maybe you just got so much work. We're not able to delegate. So we need to be able to see, is the job really serving us? We have many people leave their job or change a job or actually go into their current employer and say, look, this is what's going on. I need to divert, change, reduce, delegate, whatever it is, but seeing in your current job how you can make changes. And many times people are compassionate to this and can make change, along with you. But sometimes we think that's not the case. We don't have the conversation. Well, we spend tens of thousands of dollars. All these companies have insurance and to cover IVF, but we didn't look at the fact that you were working 80 hours a week to get this insurance, and then it's not working because you're exhausted. So all that job strain can reduce your ovarian response and lower IVF success. We got to each day make changes. We got to recognize this once was your superpower, and now it's no longer serving you. There's certain times that can be helpful, but we get that pushing and pushing. And we need to make small changes every day. So start to rewire your nervous system. So you can do 5 minutes of humming or holding the breath of 4, 7, 8. So inhale for 4, hold for 7, out for 8. Looking at heart math, get an aura ring so you can see your heart rate variability. Maybe just pop it along all day long. I've done many episodes on heart math, and our coaches are trained in that to be able to help you regulate your nervous system. Looking at doing some journaling if that feels right. What does success look like if it's not a positive test today? We just feel like a failure and we got to keep putting more effort into it. But meanwhile, we had more sleep, spent more time with our friends that make us happy, spent more time with family that light us up, spent more time with your partner, do date night and enjoy each other's company. And so track how you feel. Maybe you're feeling tired, not just the ovulation piece. See how you're feeling. Maybe you're feeling a little sad. Maybe you're feeling exhausted. You can listen to your body. So you can bring in some adaptogens, sometimes like a cortisol manager or an ashwagandha. You need to work with someone on that, but maybe you can bring in that to help with resilience. And if you're doing IVF, we need to be careful on some of these herbs, but that can be helpful for your nervous system. More protein. You want 30 to 40 grams of protein for each meal. Send me a message at hello@fabfertile.ca and just do subject line fertile, and we will send you that protein guide. But have a nice protein-rich breakfast. That can help you. Your blood sugar is a roller coaster. Kick out the caffeine. I know when I'm extra stressed and then I have caffeine, that just fires me up to feel anxious, panicked, just not good. So being able to have some good protein-rich breakfast and see how you do without the caffeine. Sometimes people have never not had caffeine. We don't know if that's causing anxiety and feeling panicky and not feeling grounded. And the magnesium, that can be super helpful. I have magnesium spray. I put it on my feet before I go to bed, or there's a cream you can use. You can do magnesium in the morning, at night to help with your sleep. There's a little magnesium drink, so you can take magnesium citrate. We recommend magnesium glycinate, but the citrate, got to be careful if they're having like loose stools with that. So you can take it to bowel tolerance. But having a little sleep mask and your blue light blocking glasses, all that piece can help to calm things down. Repairing the mitochondria. So we like CoQ10, which is one of our foundational supplements. And then you can do some nutrition such as grass-fed liver. I'm going to help have an episode about liver, but you can take some liver pills too. Wild salmon, blueberries. I had some nice blueberries last night. They were good. Leafy greens, all that nutrient-dense and antioxidant-rich foods. So CoQ10 has been shown to improve ovarian response, embryo quality, and poor responders. So I think a lot of us know the CoQ10s, definitely want to be taking that. And support your detox and gut health. So you can have some cruciferous vegetables. You want to be careful if you have a thyroid issues. Having the raw vegetables can be contraindicated for a thyroid issue, so you can steam those. Dry brushing, like the detox episode I did, there's a whole strategy on there, but you can do the dry brushing, the rebounding, the Epsom salt foot baths. If you're sitting working, maybe you're at home, throw your feet in a Epsom salt bath, and that can help with calming things down and supporting your detox pathways. And then also we do testing here, looking at your stool testing, looking at the DNA of your stool, looking for gut infections, and then doing food sensitivity testing along with it for deeper insights. Some of the stuff is basic, right? Like you need to have some hydration. I'm just thinking of one couple here where they came in and yeah, she's a lawyer, just like so much work and a job that she wasn't enjoying. He was in a stressful job as well. He had male factor and she had low AMH and high FSH. And they made all the changes. She ended up changing her job partway through. We do see that as a bit of a theme. So just maybe planting a seed there for you that maybe the job you're in isn't currently serving you. We need to be mindful of making radical changes like that. But sometimes just having that conversation with your boss can be helpful. Yeah, she was able to go on and have her son after she was told don't her eggs. The AMH and the FSH, but the nervous system needed to be reset. So working with our fertility mindset coach, we love the testing. Equally as important with the mindset side of things. And then the sleep, like we just talked a little bit about, doing a wind down routine if you find yourself on the laptop late at night. You can try some melatonin, but you want to do things to naturally support your melatonin. Like blue light blocking glasses can be helpful. And sometimes you see they're taking all this melatonin and then their melatonin is sky high. So you need to be very careful about just taking a whack of supplements. So you want to charge your phone out of your room so you're not getting all those EMFs in there. Do the legs up the wall. That can be helpful. Just sit with your legs up the wall, and that helps your nervous system. Have a nice herbal tea, depending on where you are. Maybe right now it's like a herbal iced tea. Then really reframe where you are. Like, this is not about you doing more. I know I feel this way. I'm always like, I've got to do more. I got to plan it. I'm the only one that can do it. It's about doing the right things at the right time. That's what's going to support your whole body. And giving yourself some grace. Understanding that is your superpower. You're going to get things done. You're the one that's going to stay late and you've achieved a lot. But is it serving you right now? We don't want to obsessively doing all this fertility checklist, right? A lot of it is spending time in community, spending time with people that make us happy, spending more time with your partner, having more intimacy. Is not just about baby making. Really connect with your partner because this journey can pull you apart. Bring yourself back together and connect that way. So if you've had failed IVFs, pregnancy loss, if you feel like you're in this sort of hyperachiever side of things, it's time to gently pause. But it's not about pause, you're not doing anything. This is the most powerful thing that you can do. And so if you want to have my eyes on your specific situation, send me a message at hello@fabfertile.ca and we'll talk about some options to improve pregnancy success. Take care.